Now we get the one that is not allowed on YouTube.
Why? What?
The
Why?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Royale.
Oh, is it because they use something copyrighted?
No, and I will point out exactly what moment got taken off YouTube.
I remember it.
Oh, okay.
I remember watching it.
It got taken down, I think. Oh god, that was a while ago. But before
Because
we
you're watching
start,
this on Rooster Teeth, right?
yeah. Right before it goes down, R.I.P. Rooster Teeth. Before we start, I'm wearing my Ninja Turtles hat, so I clearly like the Ninja Turtles. Do you guys have any feelings on these guys?
I hate them.
Despise them with all my being. I used to watch one of the shows. I can't remember which one.
Oh.
I
Nick?
used to have two of the games.
Yeah.
One that was Mutant Melee, and then another one that one is like a story-based one, and the other is basically Smash Bros. But it's only Ninja Turtles characters. I have watched a couple of the shows. I definitely like the original and the 2003 one the best.
2012 is my favorite, but...
That one had more personality, but the original just seemed there's something so classic to it.
Oh, I get it.
About it to me. So, yeah, I'm a fan.
And now, before we start, who is your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Probably Michelangelo. I mean, if it's just my favorite, not who I think is gonna win.
Yeah, no, your favorite.
Michelangelo.
If I was to pick a favorite, it'd be me creating a favorite right now, because I do not have a favorite.
Alright, fair enough. My favorite is Donatello. Alright, Luke, you don't have to answer since apparently you don't know. I can't believe you don't know Ninja Turtles that well.
I just, I didn't really get into it. I didn't get into a lot of things as a kid.
True.
You recited a part of the song once that was, like, perfect that I couldn't even remember the lyric.
What was it?
It was, like, something about Leonardo being the leader of the bunch.
Leonardo, he's a leader in blue. Does anything he takes to get his dangers through. That's
Yeah, something like that.
That's the 2012 one.
Transformed
think
from
it
Norm
was
by
the
the
original.
nuclear lunch, or whatever.
I think, yeah, the 2012 one I think is like a remix of the older one. But alright, so
Oh.
clearly though that means I would have been rooting for Donatello and you would have been rooting for Michelangelo. Now who,
Realistically, I can't remember the outcome, but I think I know who it would come down to anyway.
I mean, I would guess one of the ones with a bladed weapon. Or like
I
a...
like the
yeah.
2007 movie a lot.
oh yeah.
In the comics, didn't they get to space in, 3 issues or whatever?
I mean,
Really
they've
soon.
been to space in multiple cartoons.
Yeah.
They literally traveled back in time. Yeah.
It just, gets crazy real quick.
Oh, and in the 2003 one, they get the ability to turn into dragons.
Yeah.
It gets whack, man.
They're
It
the
gets-
right place, the right time.
Personally, especially recently, I read the Last Ronin comics.
I was just gonna bring up the Last Ronin and the original fucking comic run where it's just super fucking violent.
It
Cutting
is...
people's eyes open and shit.
The Last Ronin is so fucking good. We were supposed to get a game, but it got canceled, I think.
Yeah, the original fucking Ninja Turtles were
Oh.
grittier than Batman.
Well, they were a parody of Daredevil.
Yeah.
And originally they all had red masks. And then they got really popular with children. They wanted to make them a bit more different. So yeah, they did. They all got different color masks. They all had much different personalities. Raph kind of retained his. It was just toned down a little bit.
He's the default.
And then yeah, that was made a bit more kid friendly, which I think was the right call.
Which one is the Last Ronin? Because one of them, right?
Really quickly, spoiler for anyone who's gonna
It's
read Last Ronin.
Okay,
it is not
yeah.
Raph. What the hell?
what?
Is it
Last
Leo?
Ronin's not
No,
Raphael?
no, it's not Raphael.
It's Michelangelo?
It's Michelangelo.
Okay.
What the fuck? I always thought it was Raphael.
It is Michelangelo.
Weird.
But he seems like a bitch.
That's gonna come back in a minute. But no, it is he travels with the spirits of Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael because they're all fucking dead. But yeah, no, it is Michelangelo.
The Little Brothers, the last one alive.
I mean, it kind of makes sense for storytelling wise.
He's the younger one.
I actually would have preferred it being Donatello, not because he's my favorite, but because it's the least obvious choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the one I picked last, because my next choice would have been Michelangelo.
Because,
I
like,
thought in the 2007 movie, oh, maybe that's like an unrelated storyline. Raphael is like being a vigilante on his own, and that's the whole plot line, right?
But that's a completely different thing.
And that's not the last Ronin, that's just him being...
That's just him being edgy.
Okay.
That's
Side
him trying
note.
to imitate Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm also pretty sure that sentence isn't real.
No, not at all.
Like, I don't think that means anything.
It sounds improvised.
I would fully believe if he was just using science words to make it sound like he knows what he's doing, but he's, like, really just panicking.
Yeah, I mean...
Passing it through his full life.
Oh, you mean the character? I thought you meant, like, the voice actor.
No. I wanna preface something very quickly.
You paused at the wrong time.
I paused at the right time. I need to preface this. There's a joke coming up that it's very early 2000s.
Is this what got it?
Video taken down.
No, that's later. But this is
Okay.
something that Ben Singer has said is one of his biggest regrets in the making of Death Battle.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
That turtle is fucked up. What? Come on, you can't tell me that turtle is not on drugs. I don't know. I always thought he was dropped as a kid. Okay, look. He has
Whoa.
all the signs. Strange eating habits, inability to
Oh my god. They expand on it?
Moving on, his weapon of choice, the bomb. No, the nunchaku isn't really a weapon at all. It's a farming tool for threshing grain. These weapons are unnecessarily overcomplicated clubs with the effectiveness of a
Was that the joke?
No.
Somehow Michelangelo has been able to blunder his way through fights to victories he really doesn't deserve. He even beat Raph once. Sure, I get it. Swinging chucks around gives them momentum to hit with and blah blah blah. But in the end, a baseball bat will give you the same effect and more with much less effort. Seriously, who came up with these things? They're preposterous. You're preposterous. I don't know. And for some reason,
Here it is.
infinite wisdom, the great master gave the most complicated weapon to the retard of the group.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
He said it so cool too. You thought he was like making the line.
He said it like as a matter of fact. Like
Yeah.
He didn't like.
As we all know.
He didn't quote the word.
Um,
I think that's just in poor taste.
it is in very
Yeah.
poor taste.
I wouldn't say it's like incredibly insensitive because that's, I mean that's a tossed around word, but it is. I mean it's in poor taste.
I would also like to make a point of the fact that I don't know why they spent so much time shitting on nunchucks when throughout the show we actually see that there's a lot of strategical uses for nunchucks that they just refuse to bring up.
The whole I was gonna talk about this a little bit because I don't think that Luke has heard of it yet, but the whole, I guess it's not really a theory but more just an observation about the reason Splinter gave them all their weapons.
Yeah, they all have lessons to learn from them.
Yeah, because, so like for example, Michelangelo is like hyperactive, very uncoordinated, and generally cannot focus, whereas the nunchuck is a weapon that requires a lot of discipline and precision and practice to master because it's just two sticks on a chain. Anything could really happen.
Yeah.
You hit yourself a lot with it. Donatello, for example, has to kind of hone his creativity by using just a stick as his weapon of choice, and it kind of brings them all towards balance. Same thing with Raphael using the sais because it's a very short, blunt tool that
It's used for defense.
it's used for a defense. It's not aggressive, whereas he is, and same thing. It's like Leonardo has like the most powerful weapon, but as a leader, he has to learn, mastery and how to be a better leader with all that power.
And when it's the right time to kill.
Yes.
Because Raph is always running to that. Leo needs to know when.
He could have picked a better choice for Raphael, because even on the size, even though they're not, the world's most lethal weapon, you can still do some real damage with that.
Oh, absolutely, but their main purpose is disarming and defense, so I think it
Which-
worked out.
I don't know if I hit on this point already. They are also a farming tool.
Yes, they are.
It doesn't make sense why they're focusing so much on the nunchucks.
It's a farming tool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep, they're essentially just like a garden shovel.
Ninja's overpowering a foe. Because of this, Raphael spends much of his time honing his combat.
I liked his costume there, his disguise in the last
oh
clip.
yeah.
That's a really famous cursed part of it, because it's strictly for the movie.
What you guys got?
So my original judgment, I mean, I kind of had to get like a TMNT refresher course going through, was that it was probably going to come down to like Leonardo or Raphael, but just going against my better judgment, I'm going to say Michelangelo just for the hell of it.
Luke?
I'm saying Leo, but I'm gonna go with Mikey. I'm like, my hope is for Mikey. I'm rooting for him, but I think Leo's gonna win.
Okay, so we have 1 vote Michelangelo, 1 vote Leonardo.
Leaning away, but still there.
Yeah.
Foot loosely planted.
Why?
Let's get those health bars up.
Not to have 4. Michelangelo's dead.
Well,
The fight has not even been going on for 10 seconds.
Here we go.
do you want to make a new vote for your next guess?
Nah, he already fucked that up.
Yeah.
My people.
And
They need
this
me.
right here is what got it banned from YouTube. Unnecessarily brutal violence against a children's character.
Yeah. That's all it takes to get banned from YouTube?
It's because it was against a children's character.
You know
Okay.
how much worse shit there is on, like, every day? It's a statistical thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've probably made worse.
Fucking, the Amazing Digital Circus has barely been out for like a month at this point. Maybe 2.
It's been more than that.
There's, yeah, I guess. But like, there's already this fucking.
But
plethora.
that's not a children's show.
I guess it's a parody of.
Exactly.
Children's
TMNT are characters from a children's cartoon.
It's not made for kids.
But they didn't start out that way.
True, but that's what they're known for.
Yeah.
And he drowns.
And he drowns.
Did you say damn?
I think it was a noise, but it sounds like damn.
Whoa! Somebody call an ambulance! Or a vet, I don't know. There is a reason why Leonardo is the leader of the team. Not for strength or speed, but for strategy. Leonardo understands the strengths and weaknesses of the other turtles. His biggest threat was Raphael's sword-snapping size, so he attacked
This does ring a bell for me.
How so?
vaguely. Because I remember watching this and probably being a lot more shocked about it back then, but something about the neck stab, I think, is something that's embedded in my memory somewhere.
Yeah.
Let Donnie beat the hell out of Raph, who couldn't compete with Don's range. By the time Raph got his revenge, Leo was in way better shape for the final duel. And I can hear all the fanboys raging, but Raph won in the movie. He should win here. Yeah, yeah. No. 4 reasons. 1, didn't want to fight at all. If he did, he would have killed Raphael right here.
Tilt the blade, slide left, bam, no more rap.
And fourth, that whole movie doesn't make much sense to begin with. Why should this?
But hey, Leo can still die from that stab, right?
Doubtful, for several reasons. Turtles proportionally have smaller organs and far more muscle mass than humans.
Why are they?
There's little chance Raphael actually hit anything important. Leo's
They
Sure.
are mutants.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they're still turtles.
I guess, yeah.
How could you say that like anatomy is the exact same?
They're-
They use a regular fucking turtle anatomy.
They literally, he said it's likely. That he's not guaranteeing anything.
I mean, he won. I don't know why they're talking about it. Like it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter whether he dies or not. That's not the point, right?
I mean, if he died, then he didn't win.
But he-
I guess then it would be like a.
Technically, that no longer applies to later battles, but for this one, I think they were trying to push that.
Oh, you saw the Koopa vs. Goomba one.
Yeah.
breathing and heart rate to survive extreme conditions.
Looks like Leo got the point of this battle.
The winner is Leonardo.
So, any thoughts on the TMNT Battle Royale, where they call Michelangelo a slur?
I guess I don't really know what I expected. I did not expect that. I didn't expect him to die first.
Or within 10 seconds.
Or within 10 seconds. But, I mean, you know, I don't think it's that bad. I think people are a little bit too sensitive.
It's not like a sensitivity thing. I think it's more the fact that they spent the entire time just bullying Michelangelo, instead of going over his character.
If I'm like looking at this through a lens of like being totally politically correct, there's a lot to be like questioned about this, but like, you know, I'm a child of the 2000s. I grew up with this.
Yeah.
It seems it makes total sense to me. Not that part, but like, you know, I mean, they're coming from the same opinion.
Yeah. Luke, any thoughts?
Not that I'm keeping score, but I think this would put me ahead in guessing correctly over Nick.
I am going to be keeping score, actually. I'm not at the moment, but I'm going to be keeping score.
Okay, and you'll tell us after.
Yeah. The score will be kept while I'm editing the videos.
Okay.
I will be putting it on screen for everyone to see.
And the winner gets all your debt.
Yeah, my medical debt.